I've said from the beginning that I stayed out of the primary. I had a lot of friends in the primary. Actually, a number of them were constituents of mine. And the primary's over, and the general election is on, and I'm doing everything I can to help our ticket up and down the ballot. So everyone from Bruce Rauner for governor to every one of our congressional candidates. State House and State Senate races in my congressional district I'm very involved with. And my friend Tom Cross, who's running for state treasurer, obviously Judy Bart-Topinka, as well as our U.S. Senate nominee, Jim Oberweis. So I'm in the boat rowing for everybody that I can help. And certainly in Illinois, the competition between Bruce Rauner and Pat Quinn is no competition in my mind. We know what Quinn has led to over the last 2 decades of Blagojevich and Quinn, and with 50% of Illinoisans wanting to leave the state, I think it's pretty clear that people are thirsty for change.
What do you think?
And I think Bruce should be given a chance.
What do you think of the Democratic attacks on his on Rauner's Cayman Island investments and the class warfare theme yesterday?
I think when you've done things in your life, you open yourself up to attacks, right? So Bruce is someone who's been a man of action. He's a business guy. He's been successful. It's in stark contrast to Pat Quinn, who quite frankly hasn't done much of substance in his entire life, both as a governor as well as a private sector person. So, I would take Bruce Rauner's business experience over Pat Quinn's public service experience any day of the week.
Does the citizens utility
fences, Congressman?
I was telling the young lady earlier, from the beginning, I said I was staying out of the primary. Once the primary was over, I'm supporting the general election nominees, and I've been doing everything I can to help all of the candidates up and down the ballot.
You had a one-on-one? Has he apologized? Have you apologized?
Look, I've known Bruce for many years, and there's no competition between Bruce Rauner and Pat Quinn.
That's not what I asked. If you had a one-on-one with him.
Well, what I'm telling you is I've known him for years, so if I had a one-on-one with him, I've had a one-on-one with him many times. So, absolutely.
You had a former chief of staff who took a leave or quit and worked his tail off to try defeating Rauner in the primary. What was your role, if any, in that?
None. I said, when he left my organization, he went and did something that he wanted to do, and, we're all free Americans, so I can't control people when they're not employed by me.
Did you know
and
that
even when I do employ people, sometimes I can't control them.
The Citizens Utility Board has saved, I don't know, millions, billions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Quinn helped create that. You're saying his life in public service means nothing. He cut the size of the legislature to that.
I don't think Cubs' record is as stellar as you purport, but that's for another debate.
Well, you say there's no competition. I think it's going to be close between those two candidates.
Well, I think any smart man or woman in Illinois can understand that when you're the laughingstock of the nation, in terms of your level of indebtedness, in terms of your level of unemployment rate being significantly higher than your neighboring states, when 50% of your residents want to leave your state, that's a serious indictment on your performance and the condition of your state. So when I say there's not much of a competition, I mean between the two profiles of the men seeking this office.
There are people who are going to vote for Rauner just because he's not Quinn. Are there enough of those people out there? Just on that alone?
Every candidate for office enjoys that. So there are people who vote for or against me because of my opponent, and so what matters is you get more votes than the other guys, and that's what we're going to make sure Bruce does.
You've had some success with mobilizing youth to vote for you and other, whatever. And what advice do you have for the
young people? Are really, look at all the young people here today with Bruce Rauner shirts on. Young people are fired up. They're tired of having to leave the state to find a job. They're tired of coming here to some of the best higher education institutions in America: University of Illinois, Illinois State University, University of Illinois Springfield, Northwestern, University of Chicago. They get a great education and degree subsidized by Illinois taxpayers, and yet there's no jobs to hire them. And so young people know in this state better than most, their unemployment rate is higher than the average in Illinois because young people don't have jobs. And they know that Bruce Rauner, who has created jobs his entire life, is a better bet for them to ultimately get a job than to continue Pat Quinn's regime.
The unemployment rate just went down to where it was like 8 years ago.
It is still higher than states around us.
Thanks. Nice to see you.
You too.
Thank you.